Good morning. Welcome back. My name is Steve Doucher, and this is Live Florida Life. And so, as I alluded to on our first video yesterday, preparing for a month-long Keys expedition where I'm going to take this boat, my Sportsman 252. I'm also going to take a smaller boat. I've got a small Ginu that I use to run around the mangroves and the islands and inshore stuff when I can. But anyhow, as I said yesterday, today's October 2nd, Monday. I took a trip to the Keys 3 weeks ago. Did a week-long trip down there just to kind of do a shakedown on the boat, and also to figure out towing, packing, all that good stuff. And so we had a lot of issues, a lot of minor issues, and so I've been really working on fixing those. And so that's what I been doing here for the last 4 or 5 days, packing, figuring out what I want to take, because we're going to be doing just about everything that we can while we're down there. Today I'm working on the boat, and so one of the biggest things that I had is that I've got an intermittent electrical issue, and so I think that I had a battery that as soon as it was under load it would start to fault out. And so batteries were 3 years old. I went ahead and replaced all 3 batteries. I'm going to clean all the connections and put some anti-corrosion stuff on there, and hopefully that will fix my problem. But as I was loading out from the Keys trip, I lost steering literally on the way back in. I was probably not even half a mile from the dock, and so it wasn't a big deal. I got twin engines, and so it wasn't a big deal to get in there. It really wasn't difficult to get the boat back on the trailer, but I had the same issue happen a few months ago. Cleaned all the cables, and that fixed it temporarily, and then again, like I said, it showed its ugly head. So just trying to figure out what's going on with that. Again, I'm eliminating all the possible things. It may be a steering pump. I don't believe it is, though, because the one side is working fine. But that's the nature of owning a boat, especially a big, expensive boat. So I'll be doing that. I lost power to both of my cigarette lighter adapters on the dash. I'll be digging into that today as well, and some other minor things. And so bringing it along with me. What does it take to prepare for a month-long adventure? I still don't know. We'll know together by the time that we are done with this whole process. But anyhow, I hope to get most of the stuff done on the boat today, and then also look at making more efficient storage. I'm making a spear gun rack, and I've got a lot of other little things that I'm doing just to make life a little easier, and to make life on the boat a little easier. Easier, yeah, that's the term, easier. Anyhow, so I'm going to sign off for now, and I just keep bringing back and be short clips of whatever I'm doing throughout the day. And so I'm going to try to keep these less than 30 minutes, probably 15 to 20 minutes as the average. Hopefully you like what we're doing, and let me know. I do go through comments on my channel, and I will reply. So enjoy the progress as we go today. All right, here we are. We're looking here at the aft section of the boat, and got three batteries. I do like how this is laid out for the most part. Lots of room to actually access stuff. So good job on that, Sportsman. But it's right here in the freaking bilge. You can see we've got 2 bilge pumps there. So if you take on water, you're going to get some of that salt spray, and then basically the salt mist, whatever you want to call it, that is going to corrode stuff. And so anyhow,
not so wild about that. I suppose I could put the batteries in boxes, but as you can see from all the terminals, you know, it'd be hard as hell to get that in a box. But anyhow, I did change out on the back here. I did change out my ladder. I had a 3-step ladder, and I went to a 4, and boy, that was a real bear to get down in there for that. I actually had to have Cindy crawl up in there because I'm just too big. But we got that done yesterday. It was a chore. But so I bought 3 brand new batteries. There's 2 of them right there. Gonna replace these, and actually that one on the left has already been replaced. I just replaced it 2 months ago, so I got these 2 here. Got one out. Gonna clean up all the terminals, spray them down, and I'll bring you along with me. Thank you. All right, well, here I am. There's really no easy way to do this. Gotta get down there. I just got a sanding pad, and I'm going to touch all the connectors on each battery. And so I got the number 3 battery out, and going to go ahead and clean up the terminals on that. I'll put the number 3 battery back. I'll take the number 2 battery out, so forth and so on. I'll even clean the terminals on the number 1 battery just to make sure. There we are. I don't know if you can see that or not. I think so. But basically, just clean all of that. And you can tell there's 4 connectors on the negative on this one, 2 on the positive, and I think it's the same on all the batteries. So that's a lot of terminals to be touching. Anyhow, we'll come back when I get ready to drop the new battery in. Alright, I got the battery in. I'm gonna start sorting the posts out. I leave the little connectors, protectors on when I put it in. That way I don't have to really worry too much about inadvertently touching something. And these little freaking protectors, I don't know. I guess they are useful, but they're a pain in the butt. So yeah, I gotta put this one back in, and then we'll move on to number 2. Back in a bit. Whew. All right, so got that battery hooked up. Gonna try this CRC battery terminal protector. Basically, I guess it puts a protective film over it, some kind of red film, and then if the red film is gone, then your protection is gone. So anyhow, I'm gonna try it, and we'll see how it goes. All right, 1 down, 2 is in, getting ready to hook it up. And then, like I said, I'll go ahead and pull the terminals off of the number 1 battery and clean it all up again as well, and spray this battery protector. You can see, I don't know if you can see it or not, maybe you can, but it left a red film on it. So maybe it'll actually work, I don't know. Let's hope. Anyhow, hopefully this solves my problems. Be bad. So far, about, I don't know, 20 minutes into this. It takes a little bit of time, but it's not terrible. Like I said, at least this has got a nice big open base so you can do stuff. Yeah, the number 2 was really corroded. This is after sanding on it quite a bit, and you know, it's still got some pretty heavy corrosion on it. So we're on the right track. At least I hope so. A whole lot easier to fix this than a new steering pump, but you know, whatever. We're gonna do what we got to do. All right, back in a few. All right, that's 2 done. Just got the 3rd battery, and again, it's a new battery, 2 months old. And I'll go ahead and pull all the terminals off it, clean them, and use the protectant on them. All these old batteries were, you know, C20 So that's March of 2020. So they're 3-year-old batteries, 3-year performance, built to last, stronger, tougher, blah blah blah. And I had one that already failed, and then, like I said, I think I got another one that is failing under load. I think that's part of the problem. It might be the whole problem. I hope it is. But anyhow, I also have new fuel water separators coming in today, so I'll go ahead and change those out just as a preemptive measure. Not that I'm having any troubles at all, and I'm very, very careful about using non-ethanol gas, just because. And so, like I said, just trying to take all the preventive steps. If I get a chance, I'll take it in and get new anodes put in, but honestly, I probably won't have time to get that done. Maybe. My Yamaha shop there, they're busy. So, all right, we're almost done with this. All right, well, that did not fix our problem. We've got either the pump's out. I don't know, I'm gonna have to do some more troubleshooting. You can hear it struggling. It picks up. It may just be a low reservoir. I'll check that here in a bit. But that's the port side. And we go over here to the starboard side, and much different. So not really sure, but anyhow, I'm gonna delve into this a little further. Maybe as simple as low fluid, which I don't know how it would be, but you never know. So anyhow, more to follow. Bye. Hey, we're back again, working on fixing another one of the things. And what the heck did I just do with that? Basically, when do the power tilt on the motor, this port side is just really struggling. Took a little bit of troubleshooting, and I don't think I really have an issue with the electronics, because there's no cutting out as it's trying to do it. It's just the motor's a little, either the motor's weak or it doesn't have enough fluid. And apparently, that doesn't have enough fluid is one of the easier things to do, and so we're going to do that. So basically, I've went ahead and taken out the plug here from the motor. I've got rag stuffed up around there to soak up, because this is going to be a mess. I got some genuine Yamaha performance power trim and tilt fluid, and then I also bought the little adapter to fill this with. It was $10 for the fluid, $11, $10.95, and 27 something for a little piece of tubing and a freaking lid to go on this. So I'm not real happy about that, but it is what it is. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, $27.95. Insane. But anyhow, it is what it is, and hopefully this will allow me to do what I need to do. So I'm going to try that, and then we'll see how that works. And so basically, you just screw this little jobby in. I can't really see. You just will screw that little jobby in the port there, and then you just invert the lubricant and let it do its thing. So I'll bring you back here in a few. Alright, so we got that on there, and it's not a very good fit. For $27.95, you expected anything to actually fit, but it doesn't. So anyhow, it's in there, doing the best we can. Just get this off. I have a feeling this is just going to be a freaking mess. really not able to force much in there. Of course, it's leaking everywhere. Yeah, this was a great design. $27.95, and it doesn't even screw on there, it just pops on and leaks. So anyhow, I didn't really get much in there at all. So I'm expecting that we might have a more significant problem. Yeah, you can see, yeah, that's not going to go anymore. So I think what I can do though is raise and lower that with that in place. Hopefully. We'll see. Might crush something. But, you know, it's still sounding kind of sickly. Let's see what happens when I bring it back up. Well, we are getting really sure, but it did make a difference. So I don't know. I'm going to play with this a little bit more and we'll see what we got. All right, we're starting to get some success here. I finally had to cut the little nipple off because it just wasn't working, and the actual hose itself is a tight fit in there and getting just a little bit of blow by on it. But what I'm doing is when I push the motor all the way up into full tilt up, it's drawing fluid in. As it goes down, it's basically pushing out little bubbles, and at first there was a lot of little bubbles, and then I noticed, you know, that things are starting to move a lot more smoothly, and now we're getting just a little bit of bubbles. And so each time I go, you know, it'll push out 2 or 3 little bubbles, and I'll let those work their way to the top of the fluid, and it seems to be getting better and better. I think we're almost there. So anyhow, here we go. We'll see if I can get one. Yeah, I didn't push any bubbles out at all that time. There it went. There's a bubble. Come on, no, this way. Come out. Yeah, there you go. And like, you know, I've done this, I don't know, 20, 25 times, and pushing out a little bit of a bubble here and a little bit of a bubble there, and it seems to be doing the trick. All right, so, and you see it's a lot more smooth. It actually sounds like it's supposed to. Oh, shit. Ah, damn it. Well, I think what we're going to do at this point is we're going to put this puppy back in there. Just barely get it. And let's see. I mean, I think, yeah. I think I can live with that. So anyhow, I'll throw this in the spare parts kit. But that seemed to do the trick. Hey, welcome back. I had to take a few days off. Had a friend come in from out of town, and we were doing a little cave diving. But anyhow, so Cindy and I have been hard at it today, working on one of the biggest things that I've wanted to do with this boat since I got it, was to create some type of spear gun rack that wasn't infringing on any other real estate. You know, it's a 25-foot boat, and space is at a premium, and most boats it is. So what I was wanting to do was try to figure out some way that I can incorporate them into the existing structure of the boat. And so, ta-da, we have it. So what you've got, I've got rack for 5 guns. Now granted, they all have to be larger guns to fit here. My small guns will not fit in here. They'll have to go in a hold, or I'll think of something else to do with them later. But anyhow, so here we go. Now my laser cutter is broke at the moment, and was really wanting to get this done. Normally I would have laser cut the templates for this, and that would have made it a whole lot easier. But you know, this is one of the things I did for a living, and I've been doing for a long time. And so I just went old school, and you know, used a cardboard template. Went through, I think I'm on about 6 revisions right now, and I have a couple more revisions. Right now this is just zip tied in place, and then this bottom plate down here, can you see the bottom plate, dear? The bottom plate actually will be velcroed down, because all it is just to keep the butts from wandering around. In all honesty, it's not even needed. So I don't know. Like I said, about 6 revisions. For mounting, I'm going to actually put a little hump out here in between each of these rod holders, and then I'll do basically a little clamp. I'll cut clamps out of this. Hopefully with my laser cutter it'll be working by then, and then I can just screw it right into it, and it's not going anywhere. But really excited about it. There's actually clearance behind the seats. If somebody's sitting in them, it impinges just a little bit. Life's a trade-off, you know, it is what it is. But this way I can still hold rods. Got rods up top side, and then, you know, 5 spear guns, and you know, I literally could hold 5 large spear guns, but I'd have to probably scoot the seats forward just a little bit, which there's another problem up there that we'll talk about here in a little bit. So how did I do this? What did I do with that template? I draft everything out. I use a program called DraftSite, relatively inexpensive, and is compatible with AutoCAD, which is what I originally learned how to do CAD on. My other channel, Doc D in a Dungeon, I have some introductory videos and some how-to videos on DraftSite, as well as converting things for laser cutting and 3D printing. So I won't go into that here, but anyhow, I drafted this all out so I could get an idea of the spatial orientation and how I wanted it. And once I got it all lined out the way that I wanted, I just went ahead and laid it out on here, and you can see I just did it with a Sharpie, and I cut it out with a razor knife and scissors. And so, you know, that allowed me to come out here and actually put something 3-dimensional in place. And I originally had planned on mounting this up here, but once I came out, it was like, oh man, it really will mount there on that bottom rung so much better. And so originally this was 4 guns, and then when I set it in place, I saw, wow, right in the middle of that I could put my big gun, and I'm going to take that from you. I saw that I could put my big gun in with no clearance issues whatsoever. And I've just got simple bungees holding them. I've got 2 bungees because the big gun tends to bounce around a little bit more than the others, but these are solid. I mean, they just aren't going anywhere. You know, I've got a little bit of a clearance cut on the corners. I'm going to readjust that. I'm still not happy with it, but getting close. And I think probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill some smaller holes here and some corresponding holes down in the bottom plate as well, so that I can stick extra shafts in there. Maybe on both sides I'll do that. So anyhow, just kind of giving you an idea of what we're doing. This was one of the big ticket items that I wanted to get done, and I've been thinking about doing, and hadn't done it yet. So glad to get that done. I'm not going to do a whole lot more with it right now because I want to test it. And so this is probably going to go to the keys like this. But anyhow, just giving you an idea of what we're doing, and we'll say bye for now. Say bye.
Bye.
And bye. Here we go. We'll try number 7. So I had these little ears were sticking out just a little bit, and just enough so that you could catch your little toe on one. Very unlikely to happen, but man. So what I did is I picked a point that was sitting flush up against that console seat and marked it, and then I've had to shift this just a little bit, but anyhow I got basically an inch on the offside of that hole of that hotel. Good Lord. Cindy's laughing at me. So I did that, and then I was looking for, what can I do to get a good arc on there, and man, that just is perfect. So hey, that's rapid prototyping right there. And so I'm going to cut that, and then I'll sand it down, and we'll test fit it again. So we'll be back in a little bit. So you can see the one. All right, literally 5 minutes later, I marked those. Came out with this is a starboard, what they call starboard. It's a PVC board, pretty lightweight. It's kind of expensive. I don't know, it was a 4 foot by 2 foot or 3 foot, I don't even remember, piece, 3/4 inch. It was like $70, but it cuts wonderfully. It cuts like a dream. So anyhow, I just cut that with the jigsaw, getting ready to go in and sand the profile down a little bit. So we're gonna go do that. Turn it off. All right, so all I'm doing, watching my cat getting ready to escape. Callie, watching you. That's it. All right, so there we are. So now that profile is not sticking out at all, and so a little happier with that. Anyhow, I'm not going to do anything else with it until I run it a few times and see what happens. But as of right now, I'm pretty happy with it overall. Like I said, I got a few changes to do in the future for permanent mounting, but there you go. And by the way, yeah, the boat is extremely dirty. We had several storms come through here, and I have lots of trees up over my boat, even though it's under a carport. So got to close in that side at least. But so things are getting closer. The trip's just a little bit away, and I had to re-rig my gun. I got the tuna clip on backwards. How I did that, I don't know, but anyhow, it is what it is.